Hey y'all, we're checking in on day 10. We're going for our evening walk tonight. And can you believe I'm still driving? I can't believe I'm still driving. I did not know whenever I left how long this road trip was going to be. And I was kind of hoping it would be done on Monday, like last Monday. But then I was thinking, well, maybe this Monday. And at this point, I don't really know. At this point, I'm like, man, like this could be a long time. Could be a much longer road trip than I had planned, like months. It could be like November, it could be like January. It could be a while before my road trip is finished. So I needed to come back and say thank you so much for the help. It really came in handy this week. So this week had a surprise. I got pulled over in a small town for I had a low beam headlight that was out and I didn't know it. And because I've been driving with my high beams on, and then I got this little town, I switched my low beams and I got pulled over. And very nice officer. And anyway, so I went to fix that the next day. And nice, great guy at O'Reilly's helped me out. Switched out the light bulb and then realized that the connection was just a little short. So went in and put in a new connector, and then we ended up splicing it in. So it was very fun. Megan is a grease monkey with a lot of assistance and a lot of help. So I'm very grateful because I know that O'Reilly's guys they're supposed to be kind of like, we'll watch you do it, or they're not supposed to get too involved. But I really appreciated. He really helped me. So that happened. So ended up spending a little bit of money on that I really hadn't, again, not budgeted for, but spent some money on that. And then, which is great, God he just provided. And so thank y'all so much for those who helped me. I was thinking like, oh, I need this money to go for my tires, and God was like, no, you're gonna need it for this. So that's what we did with that. And I was gonna do a video and show y'all like our cool handiwork, because I was proud of myself, and very grateful, very grateful for this gentleman to help me. At any rate, he had the foresight, which even if I had thought like, okay, the light bulb is working intermittently, like maybe I should go to the connector, even if I thought that, which I wouldn't have, but even if I did, and even if I thought like, let's splice it together, which I wouldn't have, but he did, because the connection was too short. I would not have thought to unhook the battery before I did all that. Like, that would not have been a thought of Megan's mind. Very, very grateful again that he was there. So we unhooked the battery before we did that. Hooked it back up. Can you guess where this is going? Hooked it back up. And when we hooked it back up, it was a little loose. Didn't know it at the time. I think the next day I was using my lights, and like I went over this bump and it was like whoomp, like the lights went like whoomp, and I was like, ooh, that's different, that's new. And yeah, so but I didn't, I was like, maybe, and then I was like, maybe it's a connection, and then I was like, just, didn't really want to think about all the different things that could go wrong. I'll think about that another day. Do a little bit of that. So the other day came, and then the next day I was driving, and it was really early in the morning. Actually, I was driving, and got out to go to the bathroom. Everything had been going fine. Got back in my truck and put the key in the ignition, and click. So again, thankfully, had some help. Somebody came and got me jumped, got me started again. Drove to O'Reilly's for the second time, and they checked it out, and thankfully they said, look, the battery's great and your alternator's fine, you just have a loose connection. So we tightened the ever-living daylights out of that. The gentleman did, he helped me. I didn't do it. Let's be clear. He tightened the ever-living daylights out of that connection, and everything is great on that score. But we are still driving, and thank you so much for your help. It has just been wonderful. This is not a cheap endeavor by any means, if you can call it an endeavor. I think you can. I think you can call it that. But it occurred to me, I was like, I should probably clarify with people, like, I'm good. like, I'm happy. I'm content. Like, nothing's wrong with me, in that way. Um, no bad thoughts. But and also just I was like, maybe people think like that I have like some kind of bad relationship or something, like maybe like abusive boyfriend or something. I don't know. Like, I don't want people to think that, because that's not even. No. Like, no. Like, nothing along those lines. It just is things I can't really go into, things I can't really explain. But maybe one day I'll be able to. And in the meantime, I just thank you so much for your support. And I do have to ask again that, you would, if you feel the Lord is leading you, help out. The gas is expensive. I need 2 new tires is really what I need. I've bought 4 within about 6 months of each other. But the front 2 are the ones that are really, the guy at Discount Tire, like, I don't know, like half a year ago was like, I'm not letting you drive off this lot with these tires. And I was like, I'm poor. I don't know what you want me to do. I had no idea that they were that bad, and it kind of freaked me out, because the time before I had gone in to get them rotated was the summer before, and I just hadn't done a lot of driving from that time I had them rotated at Discount Tire until the last time I had them checked, and the guy was like, yikes. So it kind of freaked me out, because I thought, I went into this Discount Tire, the one that had them rotated, and it's the first time I've ever gone into a Discount Tire that they haven't done a walk around with me. Usually they do the walk around and they'll check the tire tread with you, and they'll examine the tires before you have your tires rotated. And they didn't do that. And then we didn't do the walk around afterwards either. And I didn't even think about it, because it was raining and I was kind of in a hurry. And so, I didn't, it didn't even cross my mind. I just was preoccupied with other things. And then afterwards I was like, like, we didn't do a walk around either time. And so it just really came out of the blue of like this guy telling me like, wow, like your tires are really bad. And like I said, I hadn't done much driving between the rotation, the last time I took him in for the rotation, I just got tired, and then the last time. So like the time before last year, and then the time this year, I guess, that I took him in, like in February or February, I think I took him in to get them rotated. So that's when I found out, like, oh, we've got a problem. But here's the cool thing, is that God has just provided with these tires, and I have to say, like, they're Bridgestones. They're really good tires. I don't need Bridgestones again, because my truck is old enough at this point, like, I don't need tires to last 70,000 miles. Like, that's kind of crazy at this point in my truck's life. But just the point about being Bridgestones is that I'm really grateful, because, God did give me really good tires, but I also think, like, it's like loaves and fishes, like those tires are going to last as long as I need them to. I have passed like 4 people on the road, like, or not just people, but vehicles, like just the vehicles, like with flat tires or like a tire missing in the last probably 3 days. So, I think everybody's really in a tough way right now. Everybody's trying to make things last as long as they can. And, God allows us to have different experiences for different reasons at different times. And I'm grateful that at this point, that's not something that I've had happen. And I think these tires are gonna last as long as I need them to last. I truly believe that. But enough about the tires. God is, I think that's the best thing about traveling around like this, is that I have just seen God provide for me. And, even when things are difficult and a little stressful, he gives me these moments of just great beauty. And, I'm in a place right now, and it's one of my favorite places that I've gone so far. And I'm not really going to show it to you too much, because the lighting is really quite low at this point. But I've just seen some really beautiful places. I haven't gone that far, but that's not true. I've driven a lot. I haven't gone out of Texas. but I've done a lot of driving within Texas. And part of the reason for that is just because as a single woman right now, I think that I just feel, for what I need to accomplish, I feel a lot safer with Texas law enforcement, sheriffs, and DPS. And so if anything were to happen, I feel a lot safer, a lot more comfortable, I should say. Not necessarily safer, but I feel a lot more comfortable because I'm used to it. Being somewhere where I'm more familiar with that as opposed to some other places. So yeah, but we have certainly seen some miles. So anyways, that's kind of the gist of it, what I wanted to tell y'all. When my family members wrote to me, they're like, I'm really worried, and I don't know. And so I don't want y'all to be worried, but I do covet your prayers. And if you're just able to, I know times are really tough for everybody right now, but if you're just able to and you feel led to help me out financially, like, I cringe. Like, I cringe even asking people for that, but I don't, just in that place. And if that's something you're able to do, then that would really be a blessing to me and to Murphy also, who's with me, and such a great dog. I don't think everybody knows the story. When I first got Murphy, he was a handful and a half, and he almost didn't keep him because he was just a lot to deal with, but he has just matured into just the most wonderful, wonderful dog, and I'm so blessed to have him. Anyways, yeah, thank you so much for those who donated. You can always still donate to me on Gives and Go. You can Zelle me, that's faster sometimes, I know. And you can also buy my book on Amazon. Somebody bought my book. I haven't been able to check it. I've been out where the Wi-Fi is weak, as they say. I've been hanging out in that zone. So I don't really know, but hopefully I'll check it soon. So that's why. That's the update. Anyways, and maybe tomorrow before, speaking of which, maybe tomorrow before I download this, just because we are out where the Wi-Fi is weak. And that's a good thing. So, Murphy found a dead critter. Great. Y'all probably didn't want to see that. Okay. Anyways, I hope you have a good night. Thank you for watching this, and I'll see you later. Bye.